So on the Marr Army Rock Show tonight, as we get ready for the Monsters of Rock cruise, I'm super excited to have Todd from Tuff on the line. Todd, welcome to the show.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here. So let's get it on.
So what originally, other than the fact that I love seeing Tuff live, the thing that sparked me calling you tonight was to talk a little bit about the Monsters of Rock cruise. So how long ago did you guys find out you were going on the Monsters of Rock cruise?
We've known probably for about 6 to 8 months that we were going to be on it, but we weren't allowed to let anybody else know that we were going to be on it until probably when they announced it. So whenever Monsters of Rock did their announcement of the initial lineup, I think it might have changed just a little bit from their initial announcement, but and I think there was maybe like Love Hate was going to be on it and isn't on it anymore. But ever since then, that's when we announced it to where everybody would know. But prior to that, we knew for about a month or two before the Monsters of Rock made their official announcement.
Well, for anybody that hasn't seen you guys live yet, you guys are such a fun band. In addition to the great music, it's just a lot of fun. Now, you guys nailed 3 sets on that cruise, it looks like.
Yeah, which was surprising to us. And hell, I'll play twice a day if they want us to play. We're all about playing. So the fact that they gave us a third set, which I think is the that's the Tuesday morning, 11:30 slot. It's the Bloody Mary show, because that's what I feel like everybody's going to be drinking.
I said, yeah, but there'll be people there, man, because I can tell you, as a veteran of this cruise, man, people don't sleep much, so.
And I don't expect that I'll sleep much. And so, yeah, we've got 3 shows. We're playing on, I believe it is Sunday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and then Tuesday late morning.
One of the cool things about that cruise is once I know for me, once I hit the deck, I don't even care what day it is anymore, man. You can really lose yourself there. So,
other than being prepared for my set times, I have a feeling that once I complete my gig for the day, that I will also be in some sort of a cruising madness state of mind. So I'm really excited to hang out with everybody on the cruise. I was just Facebooking with some people that were saying that they hope that we hang out with them. And, Tuff's always been a very social band and always wanting to be around the people that come to support us. It's not like we get off stage and feel that, we should be secluded from everybody else or have some mystery about us. We're a people's band, and so we're really all about just hanging out with everybody and partying and having a good time.
Is there anybody that, a couple of questions about the other bands. Is there anybody that, you're going to try to make a point to see yourself? Are you a fan of any of the other bands?
I'm a fan of probably every band on there, even though I know that there's some hybrids and some jams and stuff like that. But I would say that, Red Dragon Cartel is going to be up there for me. I want to see Jake Healy's new band. I know that there was a little bit of chatter on the internet regarding their first performance, but I know that my brother Greg just did a show with them a few nights ago in Phoenix, and it was just a one-off show that he did with them, but they're killing it. I'm super excited to see them. I'm going to see Tesla probably both times if I can. I hear they're doing an acoustic set by the pool one of the days. My wife is going on the cruise with me, so she's a big fan of Tesla, so we're going to be seeing Tesla. I'll be seeing Rat. We're going to the pre-show on Friday night where Kix is playing. I'm super excited to see all of that. Other than when I'm not playing and or sleeping, which I think is going to be minimal, my sleeping will probably triple the amount of time that I spend on stage. So if I'm on stage for 3 hours for the whole trip, I might sleep 6 hours. The rest of the time we're going to be doing, rock and roll bingo, cooking with rock stars, and checking out shows. So I'm all about. I know the itinerary hasn't been released to everybody, and I don't want to get in any trouble for saying too much, but there's all sorts of events involving the guys that are playing on the cruise. So I'm excited to be a part of all that outside of meet and greets and the standard stuff. So they've got things, and I'm really excited to do everything from just sitting by the pool to hanging out at the bar, going to see the shows, this Monster Island thing that nobody knows anything about. I know a little something about it, but I can't say anything about it yet.
Now, you guys, it looks like you're bringing some kind of cool merch on the ship. I saw, I think it was on your Facebook page, a very cool T-shirt that was from back in the day, I guess, or is it a modern shirt?
No, well, the mascot has always been the same, which is supposed to be a heavy metal kangaroo, but through different artist interpretations, it starts to look more like a rat. But the kangaroo has been our mascot since the very beginning. We tried to tie in the boxing kangaroo with the name of the band Tuff, and I don't know, we were kids and we thought that all matched up. But the kangaroo stuck with us the whole time, and so it's just a different artist. He's our version of Eddie. He just, that's the incarnation of him for the tour. And I think it's the American flag one, so I believe that is our patriotic interpretation of our mascot.
Now, so when people that maybe haven't seen you play live for a while, what's kind of the marquee song that folks want to hear? Because I know there's a lot of them. Like, I don't know if it's American Hair Band or if it's I Hate Kissing You Goodbye. Like, what's the one is there one that, like, you can't not play?
Well, those are definitely two songs that are played in every set. If somebody said you guys got two songs to play, it would probably be I Hate Kissing You Goodbye and American Hair Band. I think after that, Good Guys Wear Black is up there, and All New Generation are also up there. These songs have been around me what feels like my whole life, pretty much. So they all feel equally important to me. So it doesn't matter to me if we play one or don't play one. I'll play whatever the fans want to hear. So if they want to hear Center Street, then we better get in the room and relearn that song, because if that's what they want to hear, that's what they're going to hear.
Interesting, you had a nice little segue. You didn't know I was going to ask about that. My next question was to tell me a little bit about that Center Street video, because if people are watching that video, you just might get people asking for that one.
Tough songs, and we haven't played it in a while, and we've talked about bringing it back into the set. The difficulty of that is that I live in Ohio, Stevie lives in Los Angeles, my drummer lives in Chicago, Trent Anderson, and our current guitar player, Billy Morris, also lives in Ohio with me, so it makes it hard for us to get into a room and kind of work shit out. And I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on this, so you're going to have to edit that out.
Yeah,
okay. To work things out. But Center Street would be one song I would love to bring back, as well as a couple of songs off the What Comes Around Goes Around Again record that we did, a little while back. I would love to bring those into the set. And it's not that we couldn't do it, but it seems like when we get together, for example, this tour, Stevie and Trent will fly into town on Wednesday. We'll rehearse on Wednesday in the morning, and then we'll drive to Chicago and play that night. So the band really only gets about 2 or 3 hours to prepare for a tour, a small tour as it is. But nonetheless, whenever we perform, we want to be at our best. And most bands would, if they're all together, they might have a weekly or a monthly rehearsal, or spend a week or so together preparing for some sort of a trip like we're doing, but we only get the luxury of about 3 hours, and then we've got to cut our teeth on the road. As far as the video goes, the video is just a compilation of us just basically goofing off. Probably between the years of 89 and 91. And I hadn't watched it in a really long time. It had to have probably been maybe 10 years since I watched it, until somebody put it on my Facebook wall the other day, and then I reposted it. And there is some funny stuff in there.
Is there any one scene in particular?
Well, we used to make these things that were called glam bombs, and if you notice when you're looking at the videos, you'll see our Ryder truck driving past us in the van, and a big explosion on their windshield, and maybe an explosion on the van's windshield. And glam bombs were, we would take a giant Slurpee cup, and we would put beer and Gatorade and M&Ms and potato chips and maybe some other bodily functions in there. And then as the other person drove by, and I know it's disgusting, but we were 21 and 22-year-old, and that's what crazy rock and rollers do. And we would glam bomb each other's vehicles from one town to the next. And it was, we would get like a mile ahead of the truck that had our crew in it with all the gear, pull out to the side of the road, wait for them to come up, and the 3 of us would be standing there with big giant cups of glam bombs. Totally dangerous, totally stupid in hindsight, but hilarious at the time. They would pull up, and we'd hit them with glam bombs, and they would have to go to the next truck stop and wash all of the M&Ms and other unmentionable things off their windshield. And very juvenile and very awesome. I saw that and was just, I can't believe, like, if you did that today, or if we were, Tough as a mature act now, were to do that, we wouldn't do that. We're a lot more responsible. We don't trash hotel rooms. We don't trash the rental vehicle. We don't throw shit at one another. But back in the day, all bets were off, the gloves were off, and we did whatever we wanted to do to have a good time, and we pretty much did everything.
And people want to see that footage. Check out the video for Cinder Street, and you can see exactly what Todd's talking about. So when I look back at that video, so you've been working the Mohawk for a while now. When did that make its first appearance? Like, how many years has that been working now?
I've been rolling the Mohawk. Shit. Hey, babe, how long have I been doing the Mohawk? 4 years. I have to go to her to find out how old I am and when my birthday is. So. I've been doing the Mohawk for about 4 years. It changes colors at times. This trip, it's going to be black, blue, and red. So it's kind of be my version of the American flag minus the white. That'll be my face, I guess.
And to tip people off of that, because people look at that video and they haven't seen you for a while, I'm going, whoa, who is that up there?
Well, you know, again, back when I was 21, I weighed 160 pounds and had hair down to my ass. Now I'm 47, I weigh 200 pounds, and I've got a mohawk. So as long as I can still make people look at me and go, what the F is that, then I feel like I'm accomplishing my job as far as maintaining or still carrying the torch of, we're not a glam band so much anymore in the sense of the traditional meaning of the word, but we are a shock rock band. We like to have that impact, whether it be visually or musically or physically on stage. You know, we want people to remember what we're doing, and if a mohawk, that I'm comfortable in it. It's not like I only wear it when I'm on tour. I wear it every day, so it's just how I roll, brother.
So, is there, can we expect any new stuff from Tuff at some point, like a new record? Are you guys working on tunes still, or are you just kind of, because you live so far apart, is that kind of hard to do right now?
Well, it's definitely hard to do in the sense of that if we were writing new music, you know, Stevie and I would be spending a lot of time together. Stevie and I are dear friends and are very close, and I'm really close with everybody in the band, and we talk about it often. And the What Comes Around Goes Around Again was intended to be like a springboard into the creative process of writing a new record. Writing music is not a problem for us. We could write music, but I think being able to get all together in a room, and primarily, you know, being that me and Stevie are the founding members of the group, as far as, you know, from when the record came out.
Yes.
It's very difficult for us to find that time, and I'm not a home studio geek, and he's not a home studio geek. Billy Morris is definitely a home studio geek. So I could probably sort something out between him and friends in L.A. I think it's something that we're going to explore over the summer, but it's just a matter of carving out some time and writing, because my songwriting style has changed from what it was back in the late 80s and early 90s. So I've got to figure out a way to kind of marry the two styles. I'm a little more... Well, I guess the saying was putting the metal back in hair metal when we did What Comes Around Goes Around Again. And I'm a little more metal. And Tuff, well, it's still, you know, I consider it to be a glam metal band. At times there is maybe a little bit more glam than metal, and now it's going to be a little bit more metal than glam. So I've got to figure out a way to marry those two ideas to where it still makes sense to the people that are true to the core essence of what Tuff is, and at the same time could build on that to maybe to a new audience and new listeners. It's been a tricky question. It's certainly something we would love to do. It's just the convenience of geography doesn't allow it.
Well, Todd, man, one of the real good guys at rock and roll. I've met you a couple times, and you've always been really, really good to us. And you're going to fit in so well on that cruise because, as you were saying, you guys are a fans band, and you're around it. And I've witnessed that firsthand. So, hey, man, thanks for being here with us. And I can't wait to see you on the ship, not once but 3 times, I think.
Brother, it's been my pleasure to speak with you, and I can't wait to see you on that cruise. And the first round's on me, my man.
You got it, buddy. Thanks. Take care, and we'll see you in just a couple weeks on the cruise.
Hey, man, thank you. And everybody follow Tuff on Facebook and follow Stevie on Twitter and come see us at the Monsters of Rock cruise. We also have 2 shows coming up. One's the Dead Horse Cantina in Pittsburgh on the 26th and Slim and Chubby's in Cleveland on the 27th. Other than that, we'll see everybody on the Monsters of Rock cruise, and then more dates to follow for this coming summer. So thanks, everybody, for your support, and thanks, brother. It was great talking to you again.
Todd from Tuff, everybody. Todd, thanks a lot, buddy.